You're live. All right. So what was nice about this one is I don't know if it was the fault of my laptop or whatever, but I was trying to hit it skipped a step on me. I hit it. I was like, oh no, you hit it because I put it too fast. So also actually it was the laptop because it was glitching. It was lagging. But yeah, like I said in the video, I'll be showing off what I got. Hopefully I have them all here. I mean, it's a huge stack, so there's kind of no way that I don't already have everything. I'm gonna give it a few minutes. Let's see if I can go to full screen. Can I do full screen? Nope. I guess that's probably good. Good. It's like good if anything because you don't want to go full screen because you can't see chat. But I'm just gonna see if there's a way I can do it. Manage. You don't have access to this feature. That's nice. Or that feature. Playback. Channel. Level. If you guys don't know, I am legally blind one eye, so I have to look this closely. Edit. Don't need to edit anything right now. Don't need to share my screen. Obviously, I'm not going to mute myself for right now. Not going to end the stream. Obviously not. Don't need to edit anything or embed or share or all that. Top fans. Okay, so I guess I can't. I'm just going to see how it looks on my side from the phone that is not right where it's supposed to be. So that's great. I also got movies too. It wasn't just comics because we went to 2 comic shops and the second one was awful. The second one was like ransacked. So I got movies there instead, which is good too. Although one of them doesn't, 2 of them don't come with, actually 3 of them was it? Here, let's go through them all. They don't come with digital codes. It says digital code and it's used, doesn't come with digital code. Leave it to New Bright Comics to further shove themselves down the line of comic shops I'll probably never visit again. They're the GameStop of comic shops, honestly. Like straight up. Have more pop figures than anything else. Now, why can't I make that better? It really is a bad quality. Oh well. Here, I'll just do so I'm turning off this book. I'll be doing this twice, by the way, because I have comics that I didn't buy for my birthday. It was before. So those 2 will be added in. I'll do like my usual complete comic haul for May of 2026 video. But I wanted to go live for this, though. It's kind of a good idea to do this my special day. Looks like we do not have a viewer yet. Okay, thought we did. I'm just gonna be prattling on until we actually get people here. So yeah, it was 1, 2, which is really annoying. I wanted this to come with the digital code. It's the whole reason why I got it. Whole reason why I got it on Blu-ray. So yeah, 1, 2. This one came with one, didn't say it did, which is nice. 3. Yeah, 3 of them did not come with digital code. Now, why does that matter to me? Well, I like to watch my laptop. I'm that kind of person that has a bunch of Blu-rays on their shelf and mostly just watch the digital code when I even watch the movies that I own. Not a big movie. I shouldn't say I'm not a big movie watcher, but like in terms of how often I watch movies, it's definitely comics over movies and video games over movies and definitely YouTube over movies. Honestly, sometimes almost YouTube and comics are equivalent. Day like today, it's certainly going to be that way. I've only gotten 1 comic down. It's in the middle of reading the second one, but then I was just too distracted. That's unfortunate. It's a little bent here. I put it on the shelf, I'll put it the other way. That was supposed to go anyway, so no, I can do it either way. Okay. All right, so again, I'm going to give it some time to start reading my book. Oh, wait for them to show up. Yeah, I don't know why it's so dark. I'm going to see how it looks like on my end. Maybe it's just the way that it's on the laptop, because my laptop is borderline sometimes with stuff like that. What percent are we at? Oh, we're good. I got 1%. All right, so I'm going to see how the live stream looks like on my end for YouTube. Make sure everything is all set. No, actually 51. Never mind. I take it back. Okay, birthday live stream. Yeah, it's about the same. It's not like you can't see anything, which is good. Oh, and sorry, make sure. Yeah, no, we're full screen. Good. Okay. Could also be the lighting in general. So what's kind of funny is I have a light right here, but it keeps blinking on and off. There's something wrong with the light bulb or how it's plugged in. It's been that way for a month, so I'm not at all concerned about it, but it's very strange. But yeah, just waiting for anyone to show up, and then we'll actually get going. What I should do is I should count up how many comics we have, and then make sure that it's equivalent to what should be there, you know? So I'm pretty sure it is. It's just like for some reason put them all in different spots. I really should have just kept them all stacked like I did so long ago. I'm so always paranoid about doing that. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I at least wanted to put the ones that I was like the most excited to get and wanted to keep in pristine condition. I did put on the shelf behind me, but other than that, it was just stacked. Which honestly, that was a nice way of showing just how much of the comics I got I was super excited to get because a lot of them were on my shelf. In fact, you can see behind, you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. You can see that. Yes, you can, but I block it. You can tell that it doesn't go by image, it goes image, Marvel. I put those on the shelf as placeholders because I don't want to be leaning. In fact, that's leaning up there. So let's put that. Let's fix that, shall we? So this is what I do. I'll show you guys what I do. So I have comics. No, I saw this stupid thing. I don't like them leaning up, so I put this here as placeholders. Ironically enough, and ironically enough, it was The Boys, which is very topical right now. Is that Logan? Nope. See, that's how blind I am. I read that completely wrong. Dropping in for a few minutes to say happy birthday. Thank you. How's the lighting, by the way? Is it off? Like, I'm gonna show how it would be. So let's pretend I'm showing off the books. Like, oh, here's this book, and then I show the artwork. Is that visible enough? Because this is how I do my videos, and that's essentially what I'm gonna be doing here. So I just want to make sure it looks fine on my end, but also I'm OCD a bit, so it's also like I also like how it looks. I can't fix it unless I go live on my tablet, which I could always do that. I just want to see how that looks. Make sure it doesn't look terrible. Also, I want to check this too. I got 2 replacement books. Good. Yeah, it was Act 1. I got 2 replacement books. I want to make sure one was Volume 1 because I got Volume 1 and I make sure. Yeah, I'm sure it looks fine. Just want to make sure it looked good. Got 2 people watching now. 1 commented and I got 1 like, which is good. Once I actually have people showing up, then we'll start going. I might just... So you have like the piling on right now where I discuss things that aren't exactly relevant and make sure I have everything that I need to show off. And then I'll be doing the official live stream. All right, let's see what you say. Happy birthday. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, cool. Got 2 people now. So actually what I should do is so it doesn't look awful. I'm going to check it on my phone and I see the chats. There we go. So I'll look at my phone. Okay, so we'll do the movies first. But first, for everything, make sure I have everything, so I'm not running around my already small room. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why I just do that? I just mess myself up. I'm going to assume I have them all. There's a lot of things to do. It's a huge stack, so it's not like I feel like I'm missing like 20 of them. Oh, and I have to get back in. You should see how it is. Like I'm trapped, basically. This is a fire hazard right now. So that's why I had to come in the way I did. What's helpful is I have most of the books I got from the same spot, same place. All I got to do is just search that one place, and then we're all good. So I saw that one. I know we have all those. So far, so good. I don't want to be showing off books and I'd be like, oh, forgot that one last minute. And then the before I got from my drawing a complete blank there. That I know I have. Yep. Oh nope, you are forgetting one. See? Wait, were we? No, I didn't put it away. I didn't put it away. But I almost like I didn't see it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down there. Honestly, it's a good way to practice to see if there's a better way to get in back on my seat rather than do the way I did. Nope, I got it. Okay. So I got those, and then the one I got from my aunt, that was pretty easy because it was whoopsies because it was just one book. I know I have it. Okay, so that should be everything. Where are the movies? Right here. Okay. So first I went to a comic shop, and the comic shop was, like I said before, it was pretty awful. And oh god, no one live now. Damn it. Okay. So I guess I'll just say it. I'll say it again if I need to say it again. But the comic shop was ransacked. Like it was, they had a sale, and I guess everyone was going to the same place. So it was kind of funny. It was two comic shops like right next to one another, basically. Like 5 miles, 3 miles between one another. 5-minute drive, which is really funny. And actually, it wouldn't even be 5 miles. It was 0.3 miles. It was very close to one another. There's this little itty bitty comic shop, and it had nothing. Again, it's Newbury Comics, and I'm not gonna say where it was. It's gonna dox myself. And it's basically the GameStop of comic shops, where it's like we have more pop figures than comics, and the comics are just like throw them into a corner and say, there you go, that's what you get. And it's like random, the most random comics you can think of. Like not even new releases. They have new releases of comics, like the floppies themselves. But as far as trades go, it's just random trades. Like here's Gunslinger Spawn volumes 5 and 6. Here's, of course, Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, all the DC compacts. Like no shit, I have the DC compacts. But it's just really weird and kind of half-assed approach to comics. The other one I went to was much better. When I went to first, I was just trying to find comics because there's 2 new releases that came out today. There were trades, and I wanted to get them both. One came out last week. They should have at least had that, and then one is out this week, just today, which I can understand why I didn't have that. But I didn't. Spoilers. Neither comic shop had it. So we'll be doing the movies now. Like I said before, the first 3 did not come with digital codes. So I got movies at Newbury Comics. That's like getting candy at a bookshop. It's just a really weird thing. Like a bookshop has almost no books, but they have a lot of candy. That's exactly what this was. Their Blu-ray shelf was full. Blu-rays this side, DVDs the other side, TV shows on DVD, complete series of shows. It was ridiculous how they had more faith in people buying movies than they did in comics. Which also I do have to give credit where it's due. It's like I said before, it was probably because it had a sale and everybody was buying trades. It was literally a buy one get one half off. So now would I rather have them have too much and not feel satisfied no matter what I got? Point made. In fact, I was thinking of just going up to them and up the clerk and saying, "Hey, you got these 2 books? So you do, you don't. I'm gonna get out of here. If you do, awesome. Then I'll just get those and leave." But I'm glad I stayed because I got these movies. So Pulp Fiction on Blu-ray. I have this on DVD, but the copy I had was a little scratched. And I was hoping this would have a digital code so I could still watch on the laptop, but it doesn't. I do have a Blu-ray player on the laptop, but it wants you to pay $60 for a subscription to watch Blu-rays on the laptop. And then what they do is, I swear to God, they go into your hardware, not actually do this, but it's like they go into your hardware and make it so you have to use that one source. Because that source works. The other one doesn't. The VLC media player is the one I use for DVDs. It's awesome. It's like my most reliable, it's the most reliable anything for movies. Source for movies, for watching DVDs on your laptop. So suffice to say, no. So long as you have a USB adapter, of course, for a DVD player. But I got a Blu-ray one, and I can't use that. I can use DVDs on it, but not Blu-rays. So that's why I like getting DVDs. But I also like Blu-rays more. Like I wouldn't want to get a bunch of DVDs. I'd rather get a bunch of Blu-rays. So it does not come with the digital code, but it does still a Blu-ray. Be nice if it was Blu-ray, DVD, and digital HD. That's what I prefer. So Pulp Fiction on Blu-ray. I've seen that movie before. Really great movie. This one I haven't seen in a while, and I just kind of picked it up off a whim. It is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. This was one that was very controversial back in the day because it didn't adapt it faithfully or the book faithfully. One of those movies. And to be fair, it's a weird movie in it of itself. First of all, it's rated PG, and I think was kind of targeted towards family audiences. It should have been PG-13. It was like there was no reason to make it PG. And like watching the entire movie, like it has the feel of a PG-13, a light PG-13 movie, but a PG-13 movie in it of itself. I know PG and PG-13 are kind of interchangeable at times, but still, like it's kind of weird. But I liked it. I remember like it was back when I was 15 years old. To be fair, that was when I was just getting into movies as a not just watching a movie itself, like the criticisms of it. I think that was when I started. I definitely was when I was subscribed to several movie critics on YouTube. So I was in that zeitgeist. So it was one of my introductions into how movies could be more than just silly time wasters. So credit where it's due. I liked it for that. And what's nice about this one is that it comes with the soundtrack. So I really hope the soundtrack is good because I have this right here. It's just music from and inspired by the motion picture. So that's cool. This is another one that I was hoping that they would have the DVD copy of, and that is Warm Body. It's a DVD copy or digital copy of. They don't have it. So there's just a Blu-ray. And this one I watched a long time ago. This was good. It was basically the better version of Twilight through and through. Like everything that Twilight does bad, this does right. It's one of those movies. Haven't seen it in a while. I don't know how well it's gonna not show up. How well it's gonna age. What was it? What's the word I'm looking for? How well it's gonna not show up. Come on, what's the word? I don't know. I can't think of the word right now. Hold up. How well it's gonna hold up after so many years of not watching it, but time will tell. I do have this on. So what happened was I had this on digital copy, but the account I forgot the password to, and it was at Voodoo, and Voodoo was awful back then. And Voodoo was bad now, which they don't have anymore. It's Fandango. But if you guys ever had issues with Voodoo before, it was worse 5 years ago. They wouldn't even answer emails. I had to send them emails. Hey, I forgot my password. Send me the information so I can get my account back. And then I forgot about it, and I never got my account back. So several movies, including Pulp Fiction, I lost digital code to. So that's why going today would have been nice if they had a digital code. Because you can probably get this on Amazon for the same price, and it will have everything. Because the brand spanking new copy, not a used copy. Whatever. For right now, we do have my sister's boyfriend. He lives with us, fiance now, and my sister's boyfriend, his Xbox is in the same room as my Xbox is. I have a 360, he has an Xbox One. And for those of you who don't know, the Xbox One comes with the Blu-ray player. So I can watch from now, I can watch them down there until they move out, which is going to happen soon, but not like tomorrow soon. Got lost in our viewer. I know it's just YouTube catching up, but so I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should just like prattle on or what. But then again, no one's gonna. I don't expect anybody to sit through the whole entire hour-long stream. It's gonna be at least an hour because there's a lot of books to show off here. Yeah, Tropic Thunder, the director's cut. This I have not seen before. Cannot wait to see this. The only reason why it took me so long is I wanted to watch it, the director's cut. Gotta watch the unrated edition. Can't watch the regular edition. So I hope this is not one of those cases where the director's cut is worse. I don't think it is, actually. I remember hearing it was much better than the theatrical cut, which already got like great reviews. Everyone loves it. It's a classic. Cannot wait to watch this for the first time. And this was brand spanking new copy too. It was cheap, and it was brand spanking new copy. And Blu-ray. My favorite Pixar movie of all time, that is Ratatouille. So I had to own this. Now this does come with the DVD copy. And I'm gonna see how. Yeah, it's not going with the digital code. I think it's just too old. The edition that I got. DVD copy looks immaculate. Hopefully it is. Yeah, it's a DVD copy. I like how it's the same thing for the DVD as it is for the Blu-ray. Sometimes they change it up, so you know the difference. Yeah, one looks darker than the other, one looks brighter than the other, like more crisp. So that's kind of that's ironic. Oh, much better lighting now. So it really was just the daylight, natural lighting. Yeah, my favorite Pixar movie of all time. By a pretty wide margin too. Like Incredibles is the second. I give like Incredibles as 9 out of 10, and this a 10 out of 10. Like there's nothing wrong with this movie, and nothing wrong with the Incredibles either. It's just Ratatouille I liked a lot more, and it's a very tough decision at the end of the day. But I think Ratatouille just did more for me than the Incredibles did. But the Incredibles is like, as the name would imply, incredible. That second movie was so disappointing. The third movie, hopefully, the third movie is like the sequel we all deserved from Incredibles. Taxi Driver. This I have seen before. It comes with, it said Blu-ray and DVD, but the DVD is special features. But it did come digital code though. This did come digital code, which is nice. It's the 40th anniversary edition, which is nice. I got Spain the same thing twice. Was it 3 times over? And the final 2 Blu-rays is Lion King 1 and Lion King 1.5. I have seen the Lion King, of course. I've seen the Lion King, but I've never seen 1.5. And to have this on Blu-ray and DVD is nice, and to have this cool edition of the movie too. Because Amazon, because of course Disney wants you to waste your money, they are like, no, it's full price. I don't care how old the movie is, it is full price. And it's really annoying. So to get this for like, what's it, $6 is awesome. It comes to digital code, it comes to DVD, everything included, and it's a diamond edition. I don't know if I can show that. Shows that right there. Now there is a little blemish on it, this side, but I'm not gonna sell this anytime soon. There's no way. There's no reason I'd get rid of this. Oh no, up here too. That's where it was. It's coming off a little bit. It's probably why they sold it for so cheap. And then Lion King 1.5, which I have not seen. So those are all the Blu-rays that I got. I've been trying to get more Blu-rays here and there. In fact, I almost was going to get some Blu-rays along with the comics. So it'd be half comics, half Blu-rays, something like that. But at the end of the day, it was just like, it's too much. I can't do that. At the end of the day, I'm going to rant here in a minute when I show off the books, the comics, because there's a reason. You'll know when I get into it. So I probably could have instead gotten Blu-rays. But at the end of the day, to go all out, because this will potentially be the last time I get to go all out for my birthday for comics, I think is a good thing. But anyways, those are all the Blu-rays that I got. Gonna give it a few more minutes before I get right into the comics. If anyone has any questions. I feel like I was giving a presentation there. But yeah. What to say? Yeah, the Pulp Fiction was like $6. I probably could have gotten it for the same price, Blu-ray on Amazon. I swear to God, it came with the DVD copy too. Clearly not. Is that Siskel and Ebert? Yeah, it is Siskel and Ebert. One of the special features is the At the Movies one. That's kind of cool. I just want to watch that. I don't usually watch special features on Blu-rays or DVDs. Deleted scenes is the only thing I really care about. So I'll show that, the back of it. No, I'll show the back of the movies. How about that? Yeah, it's really annoying. It's like, oh, hey, digital code. Yeah, I can't utilize it. Here, digital code. Here it is. It's like making fun of me. To be fair, they probably would have made you do Voodoo. In fact, I might just take a break from it and get one of the digital copies redeemed while I'm waiting here for more people to show up. Taxi Driver did come with a digital copy, which is kind of funny because I did not expect to come with one. Well, as of what I watched first, probably Tropic Thunder. It's like most I want. I still have a movie in the library I gotta watch. It's a second Sisu movie. So I gotta watch that. But still okay. So I got 2 people watching. Nice. All right. So I might just start going with the comics. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one more time, just a quick showing off of the movies, and then I'm getting the comics. So speed running it. I went to the comic shop. I went to 2 comic shops, Double Midnight and Newbury Comics. Double Midnight was much better through and through. Great store. The only complaint was they didn't have a new release that I was looking for. But other than that, a completely fantastic store. One thing in particular was really nice about it, and you'll be seeing when I show off the comics, is that I got replacement books. There's a book up here. Actually, I don't know where exactly it is. It was in awful condition. I got the replacement book. And that's the first one I'll be showing off. So it was so nice to come to see. And apparently you can give your comics to, you can sell your comics too. Newbury Comics is awful. It's not their fault. It was just their shelves are ransacked. They had a sale going on, and apparently everyone knew about it and ransacked them. Okay, now it's 0 viewers. Okay, so show up the Blu-rays real quick, and then get into the comics. I gotta stop looking at the view count. Pulp Fiction, Taxi Driver, Ratatouille, my favorite Pixar movie. Tropic Thunder, I have not seen before. Warm Bodies, Walter Mitty, Lion King 1.5. The second movie I have not seen. The only 2 movies that I got here I have not seen, and then The Lion King. And again, all these for $50. 8 movies, 8 Blu-rays, $50. Side note is that not all the digital copies were included. They were all used also. So, except for except for Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder was the only one that was brand new. Okay. So first up, this is the Violent, and because this is a live stream, and I'll probably doing this twice, but oh, this is so itchy. But I'll be showing off the copy that I'm trying to just go like in front of it and block me. Anyways, my copy that I got last year for last year's birthday, ironically enough, is pretty beat up. Now you can't really tell, and honestly, I don't think I even could tell right at the bat. And then I swear to God, at first I was like, oh, it's just shelfware. But then you look at it closely, and it's not shelfware. It is torn. And it shows on the back for about 10 or so pages. So to get a replacement of a book that was already, what, $10? No brainer. Why is it not showing the price? No, there's no price on the back here. It's not on the front. It's not in here. That is weird. Look at this copy. No, it doesn't show it. That means it's free. That's really weird. Written by Ed Brisson, though. Great writer. So yeah, that was nice about Double Midnight is they had, because that's a book, that's an older book. Like Newbury Comics, they just had new releases. Maybe some older releases, but Newbury Comics is usually new releases, and even then, indies, they don't really give a shit about. Like The Boys, one random volume of it, usually not even volume 1, or it's like usually volume 6 or volume 4, volume 2. It's really weird. And then they'll have like Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman, which is great. Those are all series that everyone's talking about, so it's good that you have that very least. But to like, for the fact that this comic that is written by a pretty famous writer in comics, to where cover myself there, whatever. I just don't like doing that live. Not on my nose, so like under the nose, so itchy. Lost 2 viewers doing that. So I'll show the artwork for both books. How about that? I don't usually hold it like this. Why is that? Why is it so weird? It's like it's working against me. I'm trying to show it in front of me. Block. I was even doing it right in front of me, and it was being weird. Oh, here it is. It's right here. It's on the price. It's right here, up here. I don't know why. But yeah, for a $10 book, to get that as a replacement was a no-brainer. Like, it might as well just do that. 1 through 5, I believe, and it was definitely supposed to be a 1 through 5, an ongoing series, but clearly that's not the case. But yes, nice to get a replacement for the Violent. And I also did the same for the next book, Days of Hate Act 1. Now, what was wrong with this copy? I'll show you in a second. The third one I'm not going to because it's right behind me. It's hard to show. But, it's like we could squeeze it in though. So this copy, yeah, it's actually a previously owned library book. Not my local library, obviously. Right here. And it showed in the book itself. Not like to an awful degree, but if you can see that. Actually, it's it was right there. Right here. It's not that bad, not that big a deal, but I was like, hey, again, if I have money to spare, because I don't have what I was looking for, so I had at least $20 to spare, why not get a replacement? And it wasn't like there was something I could have gotten instead. I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a huge sacrifice. No, it was just, yeah, might as well. But it's Days of Hate Act 1, which collects the first 6 issues of the 12-issue maxi series. Written by A.L. Scott. I'm doing this from my copy, my old copy. No, that's what we'll do. That's the exact book. This is actually another birthday, but that was 23, I believe. So written by A.L. Scott with artwork done by Denij. It's a weird name. I think it's Denij Zizej. And then colored by Jordi Belair, who does a lot of coloring for indie books. She's like on a whole bunch of them. So like, you read, it's one of those things where you'll start recognizing the name. Like, hey, I've seen her before. And then the artist for the Violence is Adam Gorham. And I think Michael Garland is the artist, the colorist, I guess. No, yes, colored by Michael Garland. That was right. And then Adam Gorham, I believe, is the artist. It's obviously written by, yes, illustrated by Adam Gorham, written by Ed Brisson, and then colored by Michael Garland. And why I did the new copy, I don't know. I broke my own rule. And 1 through 5 of the Violent, 1 through 6 of Days of Hate. To the very least, it was worth it. And this book I never expected to see there is Killer of Demons, another replacement. My copy is just a little bit beat up. I got it used very good, and you could tell it was used very good. You could tell someone read it before I did. I was like, hey, they have it. Might as well just get it. Again, had money to spare. They didn't have, I was looking at a series, like, oh, I'll get that series. And it was 3 volumes. So I was like, no, we're not going to do that. I don't want to be incomplete. So, do those instead. Oh, sorry, because it's written by. It's written by Christopher Yost. So I expect great things from this series. It's Ed Brisson. He's him too, but Christopher Yost is a great writer. So Christopher Yost has a story, art and colors done by Scott Wegner, colors by Rhonda Pattison. Not Pattinson, Pattison. And then color covers is done by Christina Strain. Logo and cover design by Jeff Powell. Sorry, cover design or? Yeah, logo and cover design, Jeff Powell. It's Jeff Powell, I believe, is who I'm thinking of. He's the Goon, right? This one, if any of all the new releases from they have, this one I was the least excited for. Still happy to have it, regardless. But I was like, well, you could have the one I was looking for. But Transformers Volume 5, Generation 1, the first volume in Robert Kirkman's run on Transformers. Which is really nice because I also got Void Rivals Volume 4. So to go full throttle with the John Robert Kirkman books was nice. But then you had, Transformers. George Corona, pages 3 for 16 is the artist. Dan Mora does pages 17 to 138 artwork. Then Mike Spicer does most of the coloring for the for this volume, but Sarah Stern does some too. Then artwork for the 5th volume of Transformers, the new Energon Universe Transformers. Now, you'd expect this to be, thank you for all the birthdays and that. Okay. There might be screaming out there. I might have to close my windows because I heard the door open out the back. So I might need to do that in a second here. All right. So this one collects Transformers 25 to 30. Blood and Thunder, Volume 2, Showdown on the Outskirts of Infinity, collects 7 to 12 of Blood and Thunder, right? Yes. Nice. 7 to 12 of Blood and Thunder. Written by Benito Sereno. Artwork is done by E.J. Sayu. And that's it. I don't think I'll see what you're saying. Do any colorists there? Masaysk. It's Msasssyk. It's the colorist. I am going to botch that pronunciation. Masaysk, I guess. I don't know. But this is the ongoing Blood and Thunder series. Benito also had something else going on at the same time. There's another series. Hey, it's Cliff. Thank you. See, this is why I made the Instagram post, because I figured that no one would know it's on my Instagram, but I didn't make a post. Second post I'll be making today will be showing off all the books you see here. I also got some Blu-rays. This is going to be the most unorganized way of showing off the books and the movies ever, because as people come in, I kind of want to show them the movies and everything like that, and then show them the comics, all that. It's going to go really quickly. So there was a comic shop two comic shops I went to today. First one was Austin. That's where I got my replacement books and all the books I've just been showing off. And then the second comic shop had movies, and they had comics there too, but there was they got ransacked because they had a huge sale. There was nothing there left, almost nothing. So I got movies instead, Blu-rays, and unfortunately, they don't all come with digital codes. Like Pulp Fiction says digital code, no digital code, Blu-ray only. And I paid $6 for it. So I was like, I don't know if I should have done that, because Amazon probably had it at cheaper price, and it's gonna be a brand spanking new copy. But Pulp Fiction, which I have seen before, I would think I'd be blasphemous if I hadn't. Lion King and Lion King 1.5. This one I was happy to find, because this is you cannot tell it's used at all, and it was $6. And Amazon would have had $20. Then 1.5, which I have not seen, and then Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I have seen that. I really like this one. It's been a long time, 10 years, 10 plus years, but I liked it. Warm Bodies, which I haven't seen before. I want to see if that holds up. Tropic Thunder, which I have not seen before. I cannot wait to read this. I cannot wait to watch this for the first time. Ratatouille, my favorite Pixar movie. Glad to have that on Blu-ray. And it comes to DVD copy too, and DVD copy, it looks to be fine. Nice finds. Yes, at the end of the day, they're nice finds. Taxi Driver, which this one did come with a digital code, and you cannot tell. It says there's usually this one right here says it comes with a digital copy, and then this one doesn't, which was that was a nice find. Nice not just nice find. What's it there? Nice surprise. And then I got a replacement copy because mine was torn. Where's the torn copy? This one I got last year, and it was torn here. Actually, it's worse now because I just put it back in wrong. That's not good, see? So I got a replacement of that for The Violent, and then where's my copy? And then much better now. Nicer copy. It was $10, so I didn't mind buying it second time, but I did spend $20 on the same book. And then I did the same for this book because the spine was creased here. It's like a tear. It was showing off on some of the pages. Not as bad as The Violent was. This one, I could have done without. Then this is all from the other comic shop. This Double Midnight Comics, which sounds really familiar. I think some of our crowd has gone to Double Midnight Comics, if I'm not mistaken. Killer of Demons, which is a nice find. That was a replacement. My copy, it was just used very good. and it was like you could tell it was used very good. It was like some shelfware here and there. So it's like, hey, might as well, because the comic shop I went to, I was looking for some comics. They didn't have all those, so whatever. Then the newest volume of Transformers, the Robert Kirkman run, and then Blood and Thunder Volume 2. And then finally, no, 2 more after this that I got from. This is still what I got from that other comic shop. Drawing Blood Volume 1 and 2. That's the TMNT guys going out. One of them, the Kevin Eastman's Image series. Usually, I wait for the entire series. If I know it's a mini series, I'll just wait for the entire series to be out in trade format. It was there, and who knows if I'm even going to be able to afford it. What if I'm $20 short? Like I'm like, oh, $20 and I can't get this, Now I can. That's what I've been doing recently, because what was that? It was a while ago that I got in a book, and it was like, oh, would have been nice. I could be able to get that, but I can't because I'm $10 over the limit. Something like that. And then this one, I had no idea that C.B. Cebulski ever did anything from Image, and the artwork is done by Santa Takeda of Monstrous fame, and this is Drain, which I believe this collects 1 through 6. It seems like it does. If you're a longtime comics reader like myself, sometimes you can just tell how many issues it collects by how thick the book is. But nope. Yeah, no, 1 through 6. I was right, 1 through 6. But sometimes issue 1 will be like 56 pages or 64 pages. You have like a ridiculous amount of pages for issue 1. So, but you can't tell. But nice find. Yeah, Santa Takeda. So I'll show the artwork for this book, because I didn't do it for Drawing Blood. So you can tell how disorganized this video is. So I won't be showing the Blu-rays off again. I don't think I need to do that again. I just get sidetracked and I forget things. So the writer here for Drawing Blood is Kevin Eastman and David Alone. Script is David Alone. Artwork is done by Ben Bishop. Colors by Brittany Peer for the first 3 issues. And the 4th issue is Tomi Varga. And then, well, that's nice. They give you the actual cover as it was presented originally. It's not just a Virgin variant or Chapter 1 with no cover. Here's the artwork for Drawing Blood. What do you think? Say good, just nice finds. Okay, so no more comments. This collects the first 4 issues, and then they did a one-shot issue that's also collected in here. It's called Ronin Ragdoll. It's the origin comic, which is cool. I like when they do that, because sometimes they won't. Sometimes they'll just do away with doing that, and it's kind of weird. And then Drain, like I said before, C.B. Cebulski writes it, Santa Takeda doing the artwork. First 6 issues, or all 6 issues, it shows it as a volume 1, but there's no volume 2. At least I hope there's not. Don't want to make that mistake again. So here's the artwork. And then the aforementioned Void Rivals, volume 4. Written by Robert Kirkman, with artwork done by Connor Hughes now. No more, who's the artist? Can't remember. Leonardo Del Felici. Leonardo Del Felici was the artist for the first 3 volumes, but now it's Connor Hughes. And Patricio De Plici still doing the colors, which is nice. So at least that's consistent. And I'll show the artwork for volume 4. So if I have a series and it's 2+ volumes, I have all the volumes. I got all 4 volumes of this series. So I had all 4 volumes of Void Rivals. I'd show the artwork for volume 1, just in case there's huge spoilers moving on. But if I have just volume 4 that I got this month, that's all I'm going to be showing off the artwork for. This collects 1924, and then a story from the Energon Universe Special, 2025 edition. Now, these next books, I found out the hard way, are multiple publishers and multiple volumes. So, that's just the first 3, right? Yeah, first 3, okay. Written by Gary Reed, Saint Germain, Dead World, volumes 1 and 2, and then volume 1 of Saint Germain. I found this the hard way because if I did Image Comics, Gary Reed. Like I want to get all one publisher. That's how I budget myself. It's a nice way to budget myself, and that's what I did. And then they showed these are the books that he did, and then nothing else. And then the little voice in my head was like, "Hey, now that you've bought them already, and they're already being ordered and shipped and all that, and it's officially going to your credit, they're going to the credit card, not my credit card, obviously, because it was my birthday, you have to pay for them. Going to the credit card of the person who's buying them for you. You think this is a multi-volume series, and it was. And if you know me, I'm a completist. At the very least, I want all the volumes that are available of a series. Like Void Rivals, I now have all the volumes that are available right now. Same for Transformers. Same for other series we'll soon be seeing here. So to have that happen was kind of disappointing, but hey, in my eyes, I have all of Gary Reed's Image work, so I am a completist in that sense. But very annoying. And the whole reason why I even got his work to begin with was because of the Red Diaries. It just looks like an interesting kind of book. And it's kind of funny because there's a Reed Diaries that's by Image Comics, and they got the Red Diaries first. I was trying to find the Reed Diaries, and I saw this first. It's like, oh, okay, get that one too. And then Renfield, which Rasputin, I kept getting confused. I was like, was there a series already called Renfield by Image Comics? But it was Rasputin, not Renfield. And so those are the ones that are from Gary Reed. But Renfield and Red Diaries are the complete series. It looks like they're just mini-series. But Caliber Comics owns the rights to the rest of the volumes. And whatever, however you want to say that, however that goes, that's what it is. But this one is Caliber. Oh, that's fine. I know Caliber is an imprint of Image, but I don't consider that to be the case. I ignored that. Let's see if there's any way. No, there is no way to see if it's actually Image. See, like at least DC Vertigo, for the most part, a lot of notifications. DC Vertigo, for the most part, they do say. DC Vertigo, I believe. In fact, do I have my copy of Preacher handy? I do not. It's way over there. I swear to God, it will say DC Comics. Most printings do, if not all printings. I know some newer printings will probably have Black Label. But now they're DC Vertigo again. They probably just say DC Vertigo. But like, you know that Vertigo is an imprint of DC Comics. It kind of makes it obvious. But this one doesn't. So that's why I don't consider Caliber Comics to be an imprint of Image Comics. Even on the back, there's no way you can tell. Okay. So put these. Now I'm going to be going over the artwork and the artist for these series. Okay. So Saint Germain is written by Gary Reed. Oh. Invoice. Make sure I don't show the invoice. This collects the first 4 issues of Saint Germain. Desperado Publishing is the rest of the series. It's just weird how it changed. And maybe it doesn't. Maybe it was Image Comics but there's just no way. And then Amazon said it's this. And even my other source said that no, it's just Saint Germain Volume 1, just this year. It's just volume. Just showed 1 volume. So would been none the wiser if I had looked at the series itself. Oh well. At a later date, look at the rest. This one isn't as bad, but there's multiple volumes in this series, so it's kind of so you get all the ones that are from Image, Because this one actually does show Image for both. No, it's fine. And so is Saint Germain. But this is Dead World, which this was coined as being the Walking Dead before the Walking Dead. And it's also multiple writers, too. I think Gary Reed has, it's kind of like how Spider-Man will have multiple writers. It's one of those things. And you got another... Unrelated, I am loving your shelves. Thank you. So what I don't like about this shelf is because I had to take out books off the shelf to show them off. You can see that it goes to Marvel, and I have them as placeholders. I don't want the books leaning up against one another, so I have to put them in as placeholders. That's a one pain in the ass I don't like because I'm showing off the books. But what am I gonna do? Take each book out of the shelf? Oh wait, it's not that over. No. I hope that stays. Take the book out and then show the book out. It's gonna be very time waster, time consuming. But yeah, I like my shelves too. That's why this is actually why I film this now. The way I film it is because you see the comics behind me. 9 out of 10 of my videos I film this way. Not on the laptop, it's always on the tablet, but I always like to have the shelf right behind me. In fact, when we did that, I can reveal this now. When we did the thing for NMC, I really wish it was at home when I was still at home and not on vacation because I wanted my comic shelf to be shown right behind me. I like doing that, and thank you so much, Cliff, for putting me on your show for that, or your show for that. But that was the one downside. I was like, really been nice to have the comic shelf behind me. Green screen I should have done. I really should have found a way to do a green screen and then have the same thing be shown no matter what, but that's that after the fact. So going back to this, so I said that was Saint Germain. Okay. Dead World, Dead Killer. I think it's just all four issues of Dead Killer. So yeah, Dead World, like I was saying before, it's like how they'll have different writers on for Spider-Man. It's like that with Dead World. It wasn't originally by Gary Reed. Let's see what he says. It came out great though. It did. I watched it once it released, and I liked how it came out. It looked very cumbersome to have the headphones on, I realized, but there was no way around that. I think it would have been nice if I had the microphone attached to it, but I didn't. But all in all, I was very satisfied with how it came out. And I have gotten a couple subscribers from that video. I wasn't expecting like an influx of subscribers, obviously, but it was nice that a couple people that clearly watched that did subscribe to my channel. I believe yours. I don't know. I actually should check that, but I'm now past. I am passing my cousin on subscribers now. He and I have a unofficial competition to see who can get the most subscribers at one time, and now I'm beating him. So finally beating him. It was a long time coming. So that's a plus. That was before. It was even before the near NMC thing. Anyways, Dead World. So I don't know how I can find it. I don't know how I can find it. I know I can find this, but it wasn't showing it right away. Dead World, Volume 1, 19 to 24. And then To Kill a King 1 through 3, and Dead World, Volume 2, Issue 8. Dead World, the Dead Kill. Okay, that's it. So it's Dead World. Okay. So it ends at Dead World, Volume 2, Issue 8. Random issues, and it seems like it's not even. This is a thin trade for collecting that many issues. So is it material from that? I don't know. I will show the artwork, though. And the artist here is Ron McCain. And it's black and white, so no colorist. And I will show off the artwork for Saint Germain. I don't think I did that. So go back in time. So those of you who want a more organized version of this video, I will be releasing my complete May haul. That'll be on June 1st. I'll be filming it soon. But this is a live stream. I'm going to go live for my birthday. It'd be nice to do that. Artist is Vince Locke for Saint Germain. And again, first 4 issues of this series. I have to move closer. That was way far away. Okay. Dead World. And the Red Diaries, the whole reason why I even knew of Gary Reed's image work. A Conspiracy of Murder. That's pretty cool. Illustrated by Chris Jones and Lawrence Campbell. Inked by Larry Chapoy. Painted sequences by Ken Meyer Jr., which is really funny that you'll get an inker. Sometimes you don't get an inker for books. For a lot of books I have from Image, there's no inker that's credited. I know some books, a lot more artwork goes into their work than others. It's always fun to see an inker credited. And this, I think, is either it's an original graphic novel, doesn't collect issues of a series, or it is... Nope. So it's the Red Diaries 1 through 4. Guy Gary Reed really likes this 4-issue miniseries, huh? Or not miniseries, a 4-issue series to collect and enter into a trade. 4-issue arcs. because 9 times out of 10 with trades, they are, what's it called, condensed storytelling. So they'll have a 6-issue story arc, slap into a trade, and release a trade. So those of you who are reading by trade, who are trade players like myself, you have a complete story with each trade that you spend up to $20 on. In fact, Drawing Blood was $20. Usually Image is $16.99 flat rate. It doesn't matter if it's a 5-issue series or a 6-issue series. It usually is $16.99. Now you'll have series like Violator, which is $30 and it's 6 issues. But Violator is like what, 56 pages each issue, or it's like 40 pages each issue. Usually it's less than that. So thicker trade. Hence, even though it only collects 6 issues. Written by Gary Reed, art by Galen Showman, and collecting all 5 issues of this series. And that is Renfield. Again, Caliber Comics. I believe it's an imprint of Image. I know it is, but you think it would show an Image Comics imprint here, or anywhere on the inside the book, on the shell, on the spine. In fact, I have some Top Cow books right here. The only way you can tell it's from Image is by looking at the interior. So sometimes they do that. Like I know with older Top Cow books, they did that. But nowadays, it's just all uniform look. You have the Image logo right here. So on your shelf, it looks really nice. But this is a wider book. It's almost the size of a magazine. In fact, I think it is the size of a magazine. I just always assume that when it's wider, it's like the either omnibus size, I think this is supposed to be, in softcover format, or it's like the DC Prestige Plus, like Batman Damned. I always imagine that to be like that. So it's you don't get anything in between. So I always forget. Oh, like for omnibus, that's right too. It's wider. I got a big comment here, so I'm gonna check on my phone. I think ever so often you should do a short about your favorite read, since you read so many trades and collected editions. So I do reviews. Speaking of Image Comics, I like to do a separate video for the Image Comics I've been reading recently. I am so far behind on that I may as well just do a live stream of that, because I haven't done one since October. So I have November, December, January, February, March, April, May, soon to be May. 7 months behind on that. But I do have on my channel several videos going over comic reviews. And if I had my library's copy of an Image book, I would review it then. But other than that, I would save the Image reviews for later on. But yeah, at this point, I might as well just do a live stream going over all the Image books I've been reading recently. Especially because some of them I've been reading again and again. Like Middle West, I read twice over since November. Last Siege, I think it's like 3 times now, because that series is so damn good. And a lot of series I read several times over. Sometimes I just have I have an extra gap to fill in. Like, oh, I have 8 days left, and I just finished this Image book, so replace it with this Image book. So that's what I'll do. But I do try to make, like, if I'm going crazy reading, I do try to take little breaks in between, so I can read less and watch more time for movies. I just showed off the movies that I got today. So more time to do that, more time to play Xbox, more time to do other stuff. Finally get caught up on the millions of TV shows I'm behind on. But that's always a long time coming, because I always get so caught behind. My library is like really nice, really been recently been like, hey, here's this book I've been waiting on. And then it's been hitting me with those, like, here you go, here you go, here you go. But moving on, okay, so we got Renfield 1 through 5. But yeah, so as I was saying, I do have, as I was getting back onto the not the fact of the matter. The point is that I do have videos on here going over the comic reviews. Sometimes I don't call it comic reviews, like the underrated gem, or all these are great books or whatever. It's not like absolute Batman review, absolute Wonder Woman review. I did have shorts going over. It was like a shorter version of the books I'll be reading for the next few weeks. But I definitely want to get more in doing YouTube shorts. I think that's a great way to expand my channel and then expand the viewership, get more people into it. Because a lot of people they just watch YouTube Shorts, and I get that. But to show off 40 plus comics in a YouTube short is extremely difficult. So I obviously will not be able to do that. For something like this, I can't. I have to do a longer video, long form video on that. I can make one shorter than the other, but I there's no way I can do more than that. Okay, now I got 0 viewers. Yeah, that's how it is. I guess look at the viewer count because that's probably not accurate either. So Renfield, went over the artist. Moving on to G.I. Joe Volume 3, the Joshua Williamson G.I. Joe. Didn't think I had to be specific about it, but I do have to be specific about it. There's 2 G.I. Joes going on right now. It's A Real American Hero by the original creator, Larry Hama. It's continuing his run on G.I. Joe, and then you have the G.I. Joe Joshua Williamson series. So this is Volume 3, Dreadnought War, collecting 1924, right? No, 13 to 18, that's way off. It'll be Volume 4. So Volume 3, Dreadnought War, collecting 13 to 18 of G.I. Joe. Written by Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley, and Marco Fodera are the artists. Not on every page. Tom Riley doing most of it, and then Marco Fodera for the last 2 pages. Doesn't credit anybody for first 4 issues. First 4 pages. Oh, that's right, because it starts on page 5. Joy. Jordi Belair is the colorist for the most majority, and then Lee Leftridge is the colorist for the last few pages. Then artwork for G.I. Joe. Again, I'm not going to show the artwork for Volume 1 because I did not get Volume 1 this month. I got Volume 3. And that's an awkward stacking of these books. I'm going to try my best to see the right way. I got a text. I don't recognize that ringtone, so it's going to be someone that knows you to text me. Yep, it is. I was right. It's kind of funny how sometimes that'll happen. Like, you don't recognize a ringtone because that person never texts you unless it's your birthday or it's a special event or something like that. And I'm going to check the comments while I am on my phone. That's the quickest way to do it. Thank you for that. Yeah, so I know some like you guys, your whole like Legion, everyone on Instagram, they will just go on my channel, watch a video or 2, and then jump on to another channel. I know how that works, so I obviously am used to that being the case for the majority of my viewers. But yes, I was so shorts. It was a long time ago. Actually, my most recent short. I don't do shorts very often. That's probably why you didn't realize it. And if you're on mobile, sometimes they don't tell you about shorts. Sometimes they're like, yeah, this most recent short, we're not going to tell you that released on your subscription feed, but we will tell you about this short you've already watched. It's a really weird, I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but it's, so I understand completely why some people are not seeing my shorts on YouTube. It's a really weird thing. Because even if you're subscribed to me, it won't tell you right away. Long form videos, yes. And I understand people not watching my long form videos right away. There are YouTubers I like watching that because the video is so long, I don't watch it right away, and sometimes I'll forget about it until later. So I get how that works. I'm the same way. Not assuming, obviously, I'm just saying I understand that's the case. Completely understand. Because I'm much the same way. All right, so G.I. Joe. Now moving on to probably if I had to rank all of the authors for whose work I got, I think this is the winner because the next several trades will be all be written by Chip Zdarsky. In fact, I got to put one to the side because I think I accidentally put Volume 1, and I did not get Volume 1 of a series. Make sure I do that. Do it right now, actually. Because I also want to put these in the right order. Because when I have them on a shelf, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. But when I'm stacking them, it shows up as 4, 3, 2, 1 because the way it's stacked. That's the way I take them out of the shelf. And sometimes I forget. I think it's actually probably at least one video of mine where I'm like, Volume 1 and it's Volume 2. And I don't notice until after I upload it. Yep, there we go. Okay, so yeah, put that to the side. Put that right there. There you go. All right. So I'll show the Volume 2 series first. New Burn Volume 2, the only Chip Zdarsky book I had, if you include Sex Criminals, you see the artwork for Sex Criminals. I don't include that, though. I include him as a writer. The only book I had by him from Image was New Burn Volume 1. I figured, hey, I'm getting a whole bunch of trades this month. Let's add Chip Zdarsky to that pile. New Burn Volume 2, collecting 7 through 12 of... No, 9 through 16. I was wrong. 9 through 16 of New Burn. And, there's the... So, one of the third-party sellers, Wonder Book, they'll give you a bookmark. That is the best thing ever. I love that they do that. Stock and Trade does the same thing, but not recently. In the last 2 times I've ordered from them, I haven't gotten a bookmark from them, but got bookmarked. Now, it's kind of annoying. Like, you'll order, like, a huge stack of trades from Wonder Book. I got 2 this month, so obviously that's annoying. Like, you 1 bookmark per order. So you could have, like, 1,000 books, 1 bookmark. Which I understand. It's a waste of paper to do it for each book if the person that's buying them only needs 1. If you give them to, like, if it's like, oh, of these 5 trades, 3 of them go to me, 2 of them go to my friend. My friend doesn't care about bookmarks, so we're going to do these extra bookmarks, just toss them out. It's a waste of paper. But I would sure use them. In fact, I get pissed off at myself because there have been several times I put them in a library book and forgotten about it, returned the library book, and then later on I'm like, I feel like I'm missing a bookmark. Oh, because it's in the book that I just returned to the library and now it's gone forever. Shoot. But I typically only use bookmarks for books that I'm going to have a bookmark on. But library books, some of them already have the marking on them. So it's like, I don't really mind. But I do feel, part of me does feel bad, kind of bad. Like, I don't know if I should be doing that. But that's just the way I am. But I know that there's the library books, like, in a year or 2 from now, going to have way more blemishes and just a little crease that someone puts in so they know where they left off on the most recent issue of a series, All right, so 9 through 16 of New Burn. Artist here is Jacob Phillips. And I think, yep, okay, so, yeah, just artist and colorist, I believe. And here's the artwork for New Burn. I should probably do the next page because that a lot of that was just the issue 9. Okay, so it's previous zone 2, so let's just do that. I like when it's a 2-page spread, and I'm showing off the artwork. That's why I did twice over. Because technically it was. But Chip Zdarsky, a really, really great writer. I absolutely loved his Spider-Man run, especially Spider Shadow. From what I remember, the Spider-Man run, and of course, Spider-Man life story. I'm going to drink now because starting with my voice there. But life story, incredible. Peter Parker starts off kind of rough, I remember, but I get really good after a while. But Spider Shadow is what if done right, where instead of a 1-shot, it's several issues of the monster stuff. Well, it's 5. It's a 5-issue miniseries of one what if story. Which what if was always kind of weird to me when they would just do 1-shots of a story that clearly needs to be told in more than 1 issue. I think the only instance where I felt I was super satisfied with the story was with What If Gwen Stacy Had Lived. I remember that was a huge highlight. Whenever I think of What If, the classic What If run, I always think of that issue. I remember it being like even to me, it was surprising ending. Like I was like, oh wow, and I was like one of those things. So I remember that being really good. But recently they've been doing a 5-issue miniseries of what ifs that obviously cannot be told within 1 issue. Because the Watcher, one of the reasons why I hate the Watcher as a character is because he would just prattle on. It would just be narrated. It'd be like, okay, we don't have enough room to tell a story, so let's have the Watcher tell us and not show us. It's really annoying. That's why a lot of what ifs weren't that great. And why everyone remembers the good about it, and when it hit, it really did hit. When it missed, it was like, my God. But that was how comics were back in the day, so I don't obviously that's just the way it was, the way it is. All right. So now we have Still Water from Chip Zdarsky, all 3 volumes of. So because this is a 3-volume series and I have volume 1, all 3 volumes, I'm only going to show the artwork for volume 1. Put that there. I lost my brain for a second there. I was like, wait, where did you put the rest of the volumes? So they're all in order. Ramon K. Perez is the artist. Colorist Mike Spicer. Yeah, I am kind of surprised it's not Jordi Belair. You'd think it would be. Why does this look awkward? It really throws me off the way I do live streams now. Here's the artwork. It seems lopsided, but then you see some more lopsided. Okay, we're just going to keep it there because that's going to stretch out the spine too much if I do any more than that. So volume 1 collects 1 through 6 of Still Water. And volume 1, Rage. How is Rage? No, it's just Rage. 2 rages. It only raged twice. I don't know. Volume 2, Always Loyal, collects 7 through 12 of Still Water. And then volume 3, better collect that one shot. Volume 3 collects Still Water 13 to 18 and Still Water The Escape issue 1. The one shot. Awesome. This volume I got from Amazon. You can kind of tell because it's the most blemished copy. Just like little bends here and there. Nothing too bad. We got the bends. And really only on the cover. The back cover. If you're going to have a blemish on the book, just make it be on the cover itself. So it doesn't matter as you read the book. And there have been several like creases and whatever that as I'm reading the book, I don't notice it. Kind of forget about it. I am very OCD. Hence why I have 2 copies of, actually 3 copies of the same, 2 copies of 3 books. So it's Violent. I have 2 copies of that now. Days of Hate, Act 1. I have 2 copies of that. And Killer of Demons, I have 2 copies of that now. Captara, Volume 1. Fear Not, Tiny Alien. It collects 1 through 6, right? Yes, no, sorry, 1 through 5. 1 through 5 of Captara. And then they had a really large gap between Volume 1 and Volume 2. Keegan McLeod is the artist. Color artist is Becca Kinsey. And she spells her name very differently than most Beccas do. It's Becka. That's pretty cool. It's like spelling my name like Justgin. Yeah, notice the difference at that point. So this is the conclusion of the concluding chapter. I always like it when I do that, when it's like, instead of making the series go on for like, it's a long hiatus, but the next volume is the final volume. I always like that. They did it for Weatherman too. Weatherman 2, 1 and 2 were out for the longest time. And then volume 3 concludes the series. I thought that was kind of nice. Instead of like Stargirl, when's that gonna come back? Saga, when's that coming back? You know. And there's a bunch of other series by Image. A lot of Image series don't seem to get concluded. Like whenever I think of series that never got their conclusions, I always jump to Image. So also has a little blemish on here. I didn't notice that. Oh, wait. No, I did that. Because it was volume. It was issues 1 through 5. Okay, so what's this? How many issues? Captara Universal Truths 1 through 6. So 11 issues total. Right? I said it was 1 through 5, right? Yeah. So it's just a little bit of a like dog-eared copy. Dog-eared side for the book here. I'm OCD, so I know things like that. Yeah, so 6. I was right. 11 issues total. Now, why do I do that? Why do I do like collecting issues blank for blank of the series? My main inspiration, Near Mint Condition, who was just talking about Cliff. That's what he does, and I feel incomplete not doing that. And I always like knowing what volumes collected what, because sometimes they'll have like volume 4 of a series, and it will collect 13 to 18, but not the one shot, or not the mini series that you have to get the mini series on the Kindle or get it the issues themselves. That does happen sometimes. So that's why I do what I do. Just so I know. Okay, so now I know most recent comment was when I already read off. Okay. Then we have domain, which is really weird because I think this is a companion to public domain, which is also by Chip Zdarsky and also published by Image Comics. I don't know for sure though. I want to say yes. My bets are on it being a yes. But 1 through 5, right? Yes, Josh should have done that. 1 through 5, all 5 issues of the miniseries. Spin-off, maybe. I feel it's a yes. Actually, I should just do that. Actually, I should just check the genre, because on the back of every image book, they tell you the genre of it. So let's see. Yes, I believe so. It's also a superhero book, and so is public domain. Then you have public domain. So you got public domain, volume 1, past mistakes, which collects 1 through 5, and then public domain, volume 2, build something new, which I believe is just 6 through 10. Why does it say sometimes in the back it tells you how many issues it collects? There you go, 6 to 10. I was right. So all 10 issues are collected across 2 volumes, and you got the 5-issue miniseries spinoff. Okay. So, open this here there. Right there too. Sometimes you can tell which ones were which. Like, oh, this one was from Amazon because there's a weird blemish on here that really like no other seller has ever done that. It's noticeable. Like Half Price Books is awful. With they're basically a little bit better than Amazon, but really only because of the price. No pun intended. If you get something used very good from them, sometimes it'll look like it was so beat up they shouldn't even sell the copy. Like I should give it to you at a bigger discount than they did, like or pay for shipping themselves. Oh, sorry, I didn't go with the artist. They didn't have a domain. Okay. No, Rachel Scott is the artist, and then colorist is Aaron and Angeloni. And then for public domain, it is Allison O'Toole is the editor. That's not helpful. Is it just Chip Zdarsky doing everything? I guess so. All right. Here, can I tell? Yeah, it does look like his kind of artwork. It looks like the aesthetics from those artwork, so I can tell. I'm usually art blind with that kind of stuff, but sometimes I'm not. He's the only one credited, so it looks like he is the artist of here. Makes sense. So, okay. So, there are 2 series, The White Trees and The Whisper Queen. Those are only released through issues, and they've been really expensive to get on my own, so I got them on the Kindle for $2 pop. And then the White Trees, because I thought the newer printing would have more content than the original 2 issues, I got for $3.99. But I got them for $1 a pop, basically. Sorry, $2 a pop, basically, on the Kindle. Now, I am one of those people that likes to get it all through one format, and I prefer physical, but it would have been paying for shipping for a floppy. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna spend $10 per each issue. If it was just one issue, maybe, but more than that, like you really gotta ask yourself if it's worth it or not. Now, I was at a comic shop earlier today, and I almost did think of looking, but I forgot. So there you go. But with the movies that I got, I still would have been even shorter, because I did spend a lot of money, and now I'm starting to. I'm probably gonna be going out this weekend, and I like to do dollar bills. I don't like to spend a credit card too much. But this month I can. This month I don't mind doing that. It's just one of those things. I'm like, if I do dollar bills, I have my wallet. Okay. Now we have the book that I have been waiting years to own, but it was always out of print. And I swear to God, there was probably one time where it was probably at a better price than I got it at, and it was probably used like new, or it's a new, brand spanking new copy. But either I forgot about it, or I was like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money. So I had to put up getting a use very good copy of the Carbon Gray Omnibus. Now, one other thing that Half Price Books does is if you order 2 books from them, they don't put 2 books in one bag and one book and one package and then send it your way. It's 1 per 1. So Carbon Gray Omnibus came out before the other book, Saint Germain. So Saint Germain comes in, I'm like, okay, that's not Carbon Gray. I can tell because Carbon Gray says it's at least 300 pages. Saint Germain is half that. And so I'm feeling like this, like in the packaging, I'm like, this isn't Carbon Gray. Where is Carbon Gray? And I'm like, oh, well, come in the next day. And it didn't. And I was like, okay, let's go downstairs where the packages are. And I can't open them yet, obviously, but I'll be feeling through them. I'm like, okay, this is Carbon Gray. So it probably came in 3 days earlier than Saint Germain did. So I guess you got a plus there, but the Half Price Books is just like, what are we doing here, guys? After what are we doing here, guys? It's just a really weird third-party seller. I don't like having to buy books from. They're a last resort, and every time I order from them, I wait in anticipation for what blemish will show up or how they'll screw me over this time. 9 times out of 10, they don't. And I'd say 8 out of 10 times. But those 2 out of 10 times are so noticeable, they outshine the 8 out of 10. And it really comes to 50-50. But this collects all 3 volumes, entire series of Carbon Gray, which is written by Paul Gardner. Art is done by Carvey Evans, Hwang Eben, and then Keeson Lowe. Additional art by Puffman, Joffrey, Suarez, Wayne Thompson, Paul Gardner, and Brian John Stan. Additional writing is Tanya Landsberger. A lot of names. And will it just tell me where the... No, it's not going to. Yeah, well, it's just a really beat up copy too. But it's not as bad as it could have been. But is it going to tell me what's collected in here? Okay, cool. So it goes right to it. Where's the credits page? There it is, right here. Okay, so Carbon Gray 1 through 5, 1 through 3, Carbon Gray Volume 2, 1 through 3, and Carbon Gray Volume 3, 1 through 2. Okay. Doesn't seem right, but okay. Carbon Gray Omnibus. All right. Next up is 2 series by the same author. 3 volumes each. So 6 volumes of the same author total. And that is Michael Marecki and Steve Seeley. Yeah, this is really dirty. I don't know if it's dirt the way it's supposed to look. I guess it's the way that it's just the book itself, or if it's the way the third party sellers hold it to me. Because this was also, I had to get these. So sometimes, again, half price books is a last resort for me. It's like no other sellers are selling it, or they are, but they're selling it. They want you to pay $30 for a thin trade like this. At that point, I gotta bite the bullet and go through half price books. I don't like doing that though. Ah, shit. Oh, what the hell? They're bent. The pages are bent. I don't know if that was me or not. All right. So this one collects such small printing. 0 through 5 of Hoax Hunters. This is volume 1, book 1, Murder, Death, and the Devil. Written by Michael Marecki and Steve Seeley. Art by Jeff Ringwit, Axel Medellin, and Emilio Liejo. I like how Bigfoot, there's a quote by Bigfoot, and he says, total bull bleep. That's really funny. It's kind of funny. I wonder if, I swear to God, there have been some times where they've had, like, it uncensored, the swear word, on the book itself. So it would say total bullshit, and actually have the word spelled out. What time is it right now? I've been doing this for a long time. 4:33. How many times live stream going on for? Will it tell me? No, it won't. I gotta check myself. I'm sure we're still live. Uh-oh. Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Is that me or... No, it's not. It's the... You're gonna play a video. Shit. How long is it going on for? It'd be nice if I could know. Yeah, it's lagging like hell. All right, so I'm gonna go. Like, what other places do I go to see if this is actually lagging or not? I only have one source. Oh, there's it. It was right there. So it says I'm live at least. No way. All these goddamn emails. Most annoying sound too. Are we good now? No, we're not. Come on now. So how long has it been doing that for, I wonder? We're at 17 minutes. Let's see. A long time. Obviously, gotta be told. I have to end this live stream then, because it's lagging, and it's the live stream itself. Yeah, it's wicked lagging. Yeah, it's not my Wi-Fi. All right, I'm going to end this live stream because this laptop is awful and a piece of junk. All right, it's I don't know what's going on. It's lagging like hell. It's probably because I didn't have a stream key. Yeah, stream key to do a live stream. I'm just showing off comics. Wasting my time. Thanks YouTube.